guys, it's Destiny, and today we're going to be showing off Rappa, which I'm super excited to be doing this because I just find her kit to be super fun. And also I'll be showing off 2 builds for Rappa in today's video, just to show you guys the differences in light cones as well as relics. And before we get into today's video, let me know one of your favorite snacks. And if you guys enjoy videos like these, do make sure to subscribe to win your next 50/50 and also hit the like button to support the video. Now, let's get straight into it. Alrighty, so for our showcases, we're going to be using Rappa, Harmony Trailblazer, Ruan Mei, and then Lingsha. And we're just going to start off by using our techniques, and we're just going to get straight into it. We are going to be beating up some butt today with our favorite ninja, and just look how cool her freaking technique is. She's just surfing everywhere. Oh, I did not mean to accidentally hit them already, but okay, we're just going to get immediately into it, I guess. Okay, so we're just going to start off by using Harmony Trailblazer's skill just so we can get those super breaks going right away once these enemies are broken. So there we go. Now with Ruan Mei, we are just going to break, honestly, we can break any of these enemies here. We'll just break the one to the right because I feel like it today. So there we go. And now we're also going to use her ultimate just so we can get some really nice buffs going on. And now with Rappa, we can use her skill. Well, bam. Okay. And now what we can do is actually use her ultimate. And I absolutely love this animation. I'm going to play it in normal speed for you guys. It's just so freaking cool. Oh my gosh. I love this animation. It's awesome. And we literally go into freaking first person mode. And now Rappa will actually have enhanced basic attacks, which she'll be able to do 3 strikes every time that she uses her enhanced basic attack. And her first 2 hits will hit a main enemy and then adjacents, and then the final hit will hit all enemies. Do keep in mind though, this enhanced basic attack will not recover skill points. And while you do not need to use skill points to be able to use her enhanced basic attack, it is good to keep in mind just in case you want to use your skill points on your other characters. You will also be able to reduce the toughness meter of all enemies regardless of whether or not they are imaginary weak, so that's pretty nice as well. And when she does use her ultimate, she will enter the seal form state and she'll immediately gain 1 extra turn, which as you guys saw, she used her ultimate and right away I'm going to be able to attack these enemies here. So she will gain 3 points of chroma ink, which if we take a super quick look, if you look right above her health bar, she has 3 little dots that will be indicating how much chroma ink you have left. And then of course, once your chroma ink is gone, Rappa will exit the seal form state. What's really nice as well though is that her weakness breaking efficiency will increase by 50%, and then her break effect will also increase as well. And then of course with one of her traces, when she is in her seal form state, after Rappa uses her enhanced basic attack, whenever she deals damage to a weakness broken enemy, it will convert the toughness reduction of that instance to an instance of super break. So Rappa will actually have her own form of super break, which I will show you guys here in a moment. And then of course if you pair this along Harmony Trailblazer, you'll just be able to take advantage of so much freaking super break damage. And Rappa will definitely be able to deal a bunch of damage because of this when enemies are weakness broken. So that'll definitely be something we will be taking advantage of for sure. And then another thing to note is that if you look right underneath Rappa's health bar, there is this little yellow icon which has 6 charges. These charges are in reference to her talents, and these charges will allow her to additionally deal break damage equal to a percentage of her imaginary break damage to all enemies, and this damage can ignore weakness type to reduce toughness, which will also consume your charges. Each point of charge will also increase the break damage multiplier by 50% and increase the toughness reduction that can ignore weakness type as well. Now Rappa will be able to deal even more break damage. Plus some other perks from her traces will be that whenever an elite level enemy or higher is broken, Rappa will additionally gain 1 point of charge, and she'll also regenerate 10 energy. So something to keep in mind is that Rappa actually has a whopping 140 energy cost, but because of the fact that she will be able to regenerate 10 energy whenever an elite enemy or higher is broken, this will definitely be able to assist with her energy regeneration rate for her to be able to enter her seal form state once she does run out of chroma ink points. Another thing to keep in mind is that when enemy targets become weakness broken, Rappa will be able to increase the break damage taken by them by 2%, and if her current attack is higher than 2400, for every 100 excess attack, this will additionally increase this value by 1%, 1% up to a maximum increase of 8%, which basically means that when enemy targets are weakness broken, this can be up to 10% for increasing the break damage that they do receive. And to maximize this, you will want 3,200 attack total. And if we take a quick look at my Rappa actually does have over 3,200 attack, which means that we will be fully able to take advantage of the Withered Leaf trace. Now that we've gotten all the fun kit stuff out of the way, let's just show her in action. We are going to be raking this enemy in the middle here, and as you guys can see, the enemies on the left and the right are already weakness broken. So because this will be our very first enhanced basic attack, it will only hit one enemy and then the adjacents. So now let's just go for it. There we go. And as you saw, there was super break damage inflicted onto the enemy. And now if we use her enhanced basic attack once again, we're going to break once again. And now for our final attack, as you guys can see, we will be able to attack every single enemy on the field. So let's just do it. Wha-bam! Oh my gosh! That was so much freaking super break damage. We literally did over 1,000,000 damage, which is pretty crazy. And also, we just saw so many break numbers on the screen, just with all of those charges and then the super breaks. There was just so much going on. But now with Lingsha, we're just going to use our skill right here, and then Fuyuan will come in. And now with HMC, we are actually going to be using our skill like so. And wha-bam! Oh, we didn't kill. What the heck, HMC? You know what? It's perfectly fine, but oh my gosh, HMC, why would you do me like this? Why? We literally were so close to freaking killing this enemy right here, but you know what? 1, 2, and then wha-bam! Okay, and now what we're gonna do in this next wave is immediately use Lingsha's ultimate, just so we're able to actually work towards toughness breaking these enemies. And as you guys can see, Rappa already has her ultimate again. So we're about to do a wombo combo, all right? So we're gonna do this, wha-bam! And then, just wait for it, we're gonna go right back into the ultimate, which means now we get that turn, and we're just immediately going to be able to shred that HP bar without any issues. Now we're gonna get hit a bit, which is not very fun, but surely this is fine, right? My Rappa! Okay, wait. But Fuyuan will heal us, so it's okay. So now with HMC, we're just gonna use the ultimate. Might as well, why not? And now we're gonna break the enemy on the left, and we're also gonna break the enemy on the right. So there we go. Fuyuan's gonna come in, and now it is Rappa's turn again. So 1, 2, and then wha-bam! And they're dead! They're literally dead! Oh my god! She literally just made that look so freaking easy. She freaking hit them with the wha-bam! And now real quick, if we just take a look-see at our builds. Alrighty, so here's my Rappa for the first showcase, and we're just gonna go through these stats super quick. She has a lot of break effects. You guys want to focus on her break effect and speed. Those two are very, very important stats because you want her to be able to act as much as possible so that she's able to unleash those super powerful enhanced basic attacks and just literally wipe the floor with the enemy. As you guys saw, you will want to of course make sure that they are weakness broken. When she is in her seal form state, this definitely will be able to help out with this. Now for her light cone, we are using her signature light cone, but the second showcase of today's video will actually be using a 4-star light cone. So what this light cone does is that it'll increase her break effect, and then when she enters battle, she'll immediately regenerate 30 energy. The 30 energy is honestly really nice because this will allow Rappa to get her ultimate very, very early into the fight, and this now means that Rappa will be able to enter her ultimate and immediately get to town with those enhanced basic attacks. The secondary part of this light cone though is where it really gets crazy, because after the wearer uses their ultimate, they will obtain ration, and after using 2 basic attacks, which as we know, Rappa is primarily using those enhanced basic attacks to be able to deal a bunch of damage onto enemies when she's in that seal form state, that will be her primary source of damage outputs, as you'll only be able to use that enhanced basic attack and just wipe the floor with the enemy. So after using 2 of those basic attacks, it will actually advance the wearer's action by 50% and removes ration, and then after you use your ultimate again, it will reset this. Her light cone is honestly pretty insane for her in my opinion, because being able to get action advance means that let's say that she weakness breaks the enemies or someone in the team helps out with this, and now the enemy is of course, delayed, so they won't be recovering their toughness meter for a while. Being able to be action advanced allows you, of course, to attempt to get those lower cycle clears, but not only that, it will allow her to act sooner, which will now allow you to use that enhanced basic attack also sooner into the fight. I hope that makes sense the way I explained that. I feel like I explained that very weird, but it's really late at night, so I'm just trying my best right now to explain, I guess, her kit and then this light cone. But this light cone is just really good. Action advance is just a really nice thing to have on characters, and while this team doesn't really provide action advance, this light cone will help with that. Now, of course, if you want another format of action advance, you can actually consider using the Eagle set on her, or even using Dance 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 on Harmony Trailblazer, which will actually be shown in the secondary showcase for today's video, right after I get through explaining a couple of things here. When we look at the traces, they are maxed out. When we look at the relics, here they are, and then if we take a quick look at them, we are using the iron set since it will of course allow her to ignore enemy defenses with her break damage, so that's really powerful. And as for the forge set, the primary reason I'm using this set in today's showcase is because of the fact that the enemies are fire weak, so we are going to be able to take advantage of the additional break effect from the forge set. Now, if enemies were not fire weak, you will want to use the Talia set instead, but the additional speed from the forge set of course helps if you want to make your Rappa pretty fast, and then of course that additional break effect is also really good. But I would only really recommend using this set if you are of course fighting fire weak enemies. For the Eidolons, she is E0. I've not activated any of these. For Harmony Trailblazer, here they are, and then here are their stats. For the traces, they are maxed out. For the relics, we are using Watchmaker and Sprightly Von Whack. The reason that I'm using the Von Whack set is so that Harmony Trailblazer is actually able to act before Rappa does. The reason why I want this is that Harmony Trailblazer will be able to activate their ultimate very quickly into the fight, which means that we'll immediately be able to take advantage of the backup dancer effect, and this will allow us to of course deal more super break damage, which is a huge source of Rappa's damage output. So that's why I like equipping Von Whack personally on Harmony Trailblazer, and then the Watchmaker set is just to increase the break effect of the entire team, as this is a break-centric team. Here are some alternative relics that you can consider for Harmony Trailblazer. For their Eidolons, Harmony Trailblazer is maxed out. Now for Ruan Mei, here are her stats. She is using her signature light cone, but if you don't have this one, here are some alternatives that you can consider. For her traces, they are maxed out. For her relics, we are using Messenger and Sprightly Von Whack. Sprightly Von Whack is being used once again so that we're able to use her ultimate very quickly into the fight. And since she is a little bit on the slower end, this will actually mean that the ultimate will stay longer since Ruan Mei will not act as often. I definitely want to keep this ultimate active pretty long just so I can take advantage of the buffs that it can provide for us. And then Messenger is just here just for the fact that it provides even more speed for the team, just to make everybody else pretty fast on top of the speed buffs that we'll be already getting. You can of course use alternative relics such as these. For her Eidolons, I did not activate any of these, as you guys can see. Lastly, we have Lingsha, and here are her stats. For her light cone, she is using her signature light cone, but here are some alternatives that you can consider. For her traces, they are maxed out. For her relics, we are using the Forge set and the Iron set as well. And the reason that I'm using these sets, the Forge set just allows us to deal a nice amount of break damage with Lingsha, especially with Harmony Trailblazer being able to provide those super breaks with their ultimate being active. And then the Forge set is good for the additional speed and break effect because once again, the enemies we are fighting are weak to fire. And real quick, for alternative relics, here are some that you can consider for Lingsha. For her Eidolons, I did not activate any of these, as you guys can see. Now for the second showcase of today's video, I will actually be using Rappa with a 4-star light cone and also the Eagle set. We do have some differences in the stats as well as the builds, of course. And even with Harmony Trailblazer, we'll be using Dance Dance Dance. Definitely keep an eye out for the action value that Rappa has before and after using her ultimate, so you guys can see how the Eagle set does actually benefit her for this run, as well as of course the timing of when I use Dance Dance Dance, so that Rappa is able to act sooner, which now means we're able to break enemies faster with the power, of course, of Harmony Trailblazer themselves, Lingsha helping out with breaking, and so on. So for this showcase, I won't be holding you guys up too much. I want you guys to enjoy this one. So I'll just let some music play while you guys can see this run. And if you have any questions about this run in particular, do let me know in the comments down below. But I do hope you enjoy this alternative build Rappa showcase. And now let's just let the music commence. Overall, I would say I honestly like Rappa's kit. It's really fun to play around with. In my personal opinion, I do like that she is able to delay enemies with imprisonment when she does break them, because of the fact that now it will take a while for them to recover their toughness meters, and this now means that you'll be able to inflict far more instances of super break damage onto them before they're actually able to recover their toughness meters, which heavily assists with the damage output of not only Rappa, but if you do use HMC's skill, you use Lingsha's skill, Lingsha's ultimate, or even of course when Fugue comes up, this will all just definitely be beneficial for that super break damage to be very, very powerful since the enemies are now broken. I personally do like that she is imaginary, and once again, this team is super fun. I was really impressed with Rappa's performance, and I will actually be showing off some alternative Rappa teams as well. And if you guys have any suggestions for what you'd like me to show off, do make sure to let me know in the comments down below. And if you did enjoy this video, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support the video, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace.